Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Castbox. Happy to see you. By God, we're so happy to see you. Today, we got a son of a bitch of a story, and it's gonna suck, and I'm gonna hate it, and I'm gonna hate editing it, and we hope you enjoy it, and we hope you get whatever enjoyment you get out of these stories. We hope you get that. But fuck was it horrible. So, let's get on to the porn genres of the day. We got hitchhiking in Oregon, living under a bed in a box, people with the nickname K, and living in California. Nope, today we are talking about Colleen Stan, the girl in the box. This is such a fucking piss-off episode. I cannot stress that any further. Just the concept of it angers me. Without further ado, good luck, and here we go. I'm John. And I am Kat, who's currently doing yoga. And this is Castbox. Hey, mother shits. How's it going? Fuck, we got another one. We're on a roll this year. We're on our second recording.
Look at us.
And January is pretty much over. So we're not making once a week, but at least we're semi-consistent.
Yes.
Life gets in the way.
It does. And by life we mean video games, board games, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. And work.
Oh, well, that too.
If we didn't have to fucking work, I would love to just do YouTube stuff and podcasts all day.
I know. So send us money, everyone.
We have no avenues to get your money, because we're also lazy about that too. All right.
Do you know what today is?
What is today?
Well, after listeners hear this, it would have already passed, but it is the
Royal Rumble!
Are you?
We're all excited.
Anyways.
All right, any hoozle. What do we got today?
We have a story.
Wow,
so why don't
story.
You give us a disclaimer about it?
Oh, God, another disclaimer. Okay, cue the fucking music. Hey, folks. We here at Castbox have a lighter touch to true crime. The lightest touch you could possibly fucking imagine. We are like that gummy mouth glazed over from a crest white strip found at the back of your couch.
Oh my God.
And that menthol-ridden gummy tongue gently swirling around a gaping penis clustered with smegma, burning that penis into flaccidness. We are that gummy menthol mouth of true crime, sucking and burning the smegma penis of podcasts.
Amazing.
And the reason we have to have this air of levity is because true crime sucks. It always has and always will. Don't fool yourself. And we need to go to work and live our lives and not be riddled with depression and anxiety and all that crap. So if you aren't in favor of the ridiculing, belittling, and just making fun of murderers and rapists and the shithole families that created them and all the other bastards that made it easier for them to do what they did, if you don't like that, then you are a snowflake piece of garbage. And you probably think that there's a climate crisis on the horizon and it scares you. And so now you unplug your phone charger at night because every little bit counts. When in fact it really fucking doesn't, you stupid clown piece of garbage. For the rest of you, you're heroic and you're proud. You're strong and you're patriotic and you're intelligent and you're erudite, and we welcome you. And we hope that you enjoy this deep dive into the macabre and the disgusting. Best of luck. God bless.
Thank you for that.
My wife is a loud swallower. Of all things. Especially cream corn.
Oh, gross.
Tea.
Yeah, tea.
And smegma.
What's smegma?
YouTube.
No,
Google
YouTube it.
Google
No,
it.
I'm
Google
okay.
smegma.
Alrighty, you ready?
Google the smegma.
No, I'm okay.
This is going to be a drinking game. Drink for smegma. For those of you who don't know what smegma is, Google it. Yep.
And then drop it in the comments
Yep,
so
yeah.
nobody else has to go through this.
All right, let's go. Smegma. Smegma.
Here we go.
One word.
All right.
All right. Don't let me hold you up. Let's go.
Right.
Get on with the goddamn show.
Colleen Stan was born December 31st, 1956 in Eugene, Oregon.
Is she the bad guy?
No.
Okay.
On May 19th, 1977, a 20-year-old Colleen was doing what many young adults did at that time to get around. She was hitchhiking.
Oh, God, no. Why would you hitchhike?
Well, it was very common back
I
then.
don't give a fuck. We talked about this earlier.
Colleen was making the trek from Eugene, Oregon to Northern California to visit her friend who was about to celebrate her birthday.
How long is that? Can we Google map that? How long is it to fucking hitchhike from Oregon to fucking Northern California?
2 hours later.
To the person.
Well, they're not walking.
You said they're hitchhiking.
They're hitchhiking, so they're not walking. They're
yeah,
getting.
but they're walking for
they're
a portion
going
of it.
in
They're walking for a portion of it.
3 hours later.
To travel is 7 hours and 28 minutes by car. To walk, it's 7 days.
So in between 6 days and 13 hours.
All right. Colleen had considered herself an experienced hitchhiker and was known to follow her gut with rides.
What does that mean to be an experienced hitchhiker?
To follow her gut, as I just said.
know how to walk and stick my thumb out.
To follow her gut.
All right.
She would let other drivers pass if something didn't feel right. While hitchhiking, Cameron Hooker, his wife Janice, and their newborn baby were driving along the road when they spotted Colleen Stan hitching for rides. Colleen, feeling comforted by seeing Cameron's wife and newborn, accepted the ride in their blue van.
Uh-oh, a van.
Along their travels, Cameron had to make a stop at the gas station. While there, Colleen had used the restroom. When she returned to the blue van, there was a square wooden box sitting on the seat next to hers, but she hopped in anyways. About 20 miles later, Cameron had turned down a side road. Once in an isolated area, Stan pulled over, put a knife to Colleen's throat, and put her head inside this 20-pound wooden box and locked it.
Oh, my God.
Taking away her sight, sound, and breathing of fresh air. And we'll post a picture of this box on our Instagram, cast_Aghast. This box is terrifying. It is layered with some sort of stuffing or insulation that would be absolutely stifling.
Oh, my God.
And
Holy fuck.
I'll show you a picture of the box.
Oh, what the fucking shit? That looked like a really bad, like, rabid bunny coop or something.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
The kidnapping was a plan that Cameron and Janice had already had planned.
Oh, it was a plan they had planned.
The kidnapping was already something that Cameron and Janice had already had planned. Cameron and Janet
I always plan my plans.
Cameron and Janet had come to an agreement that he could kidnap someone to keep as his personal slave.
How do you have that conversation? Like, they were just sitting around the breakfast table.
Cameron had a bondage sex fetish that Janice wasn't really on board for, so this slave would take Janice's place.
Well, good thing Janice had no fucking ethics or morals and was a complete dumb cunt.
No, we'll get to that as... We'll get to her.
I stand by my opinion.
Well, you might change it.
Well, we'll see.
After arriving home, Janice and Cameron took Colleen back to their home.
After arriving home, they took her to their home. Oh my God.
After arriving home, Janice and Cameron took Colleen inside. They led her with the box on her head down to the basement cellar.
Oh, of course, the cellar.
They bound her wrists and hung her up by her hands. They physically attacked her by electrocuting her, burning her, and whipping her, and they then had sex with her suspended over them. So they had sex underneath her while she swung
on
top of them.
So fucked. Like, this is like shit from Hostel. Like, what the fuck is this crap?
Janice and Cameron's original agreement was that Cameron would not have sex with Colleen. They would abuse her and then force her to watch them have sex. However, the original agreement would eventually change.
Of course it would change. This is so fucking awful.
Colleen would be kept in the cellar, repeatedly tortured by her captors and raped with objects by Cameron.
Oh, fuck off. What kind of objects?
I didn't go into detail.
Oh, God damn it.
The couple would eventually move from their home into a mobile home.
So they had to go through a move with her?
Yeah. So Colleen's captivity then turned into an even more terrible prison, if you could even imagine. She was forced to live under their bed with her head locked in that 20-pound box and her body locked inside a larger wooden box.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this shit?
This box limited her air supply, making breathing very difficult, especially during the summer months, with the box reaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit,
Holy
just
fuck.
38 degrees Celsius.
Oh my fucking god.
She would be fed scraps of food and ordered to remain absolutely silent during her time in the box.
Oh, this is so fucking awful. Please tell me these cunts die.
In January of 1978, 8 months after her kidnapping, she was forced to sign a slavery for life contract.
What?
She was ordered to call Cameron master, and he also stated to her that an organization called The Company would torture her and her family should she ever try to escape or if she ever had the opportunity to tell anyone what was happening to her.
These
So he
sadistic
instilled
fucks.
he manipulated her and brainwashed her.
Oh, fuck.
She could only speak if she asked for permission and was granted it. They gave her the nickname K and would only refer to her by that nickname.
Why K?
Colleen would fear this secret organization, The Company, but she had said that her faith in God kept her believing that she would someday escape.
That is some hardcore faith. Holy cow. Like good on her that to even have that hope and that faith.
She would obey Cameron and his demands in hopes that he would be kinder to her and grant her slivers of freedom, which he eventually did. She was given the right to go work outside in the yard and became the babysitter for Cameron and Janice's 2 children.
What?
Yeah, they had another child too during her captivity because they already had the newborn and then another child.
And she would just like be the babysitter, order pizza in and shit.
Yeah. Surprisingly, on one occasion in 1981, Colleen Stan was able to convince Cameron to allow her to visit with her family after 4 years of being held captive.
Oh my god.
Having succeeded in making Colleen believe and fear the company, he trusted that he could allow this without worrying about her speaking about her captivity and torture. Colleen had the chance to visit her family, which she missed so very much.
Yeah, of course.
She was dropped off and picked up by Cameron, and her family were under the impression that Colleen had joined a cult, but they didn't put pressure on her, fearing that she would disappear for such a long period of time again.
Yeah.
She was granted permission to visit again the following day. This time, Cameron went with her, posing as her boyfriend. Her family snapped a photo of them appearing like a happy couple.
Oh my god.
And this is that photo.
Get the fuck right out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is so fucking horrific to fucking... Oh. Look at his fucking disgusting face.
Yeah.
He looks like a goddamn fucking goblin.
Colleen had said, quote, "I was just happy to see my family again," end quote, when later asked about Cameron posing as her boyfriend. Cameron started worrying that he gave Colleen too much freedom, so when they arrived home after that visit, she was forced to live under the bed, in the box, 23 hours a day for the next 3 years.
Get the fuck out of here.
3 fucking years.
Like, come on. Like, and the family did nothing? Like, hire a detective. Like, now you know this fuck.
Well, they
Did
thought,
you get the fucking license plate?
Yeah.
Have him followed. Like, what are you doing?
Cameron and Janice told their children that Kay had gone home. They had no idea that when they would go to bed, Colleen would be taken out of the box to be tortured and fed.
Oh, that's fucking awful.
In 1983, Colleen would appear again to the children and the neighbors. She was also permitted to get a job as a motel maid.
She got a job.
Of course, she would have to hand over her paychecks. Cameron was now considered...
What a bastard.
Yeah. Cameron was now considering Colleen as his second wife. This was something that he had wanted, and this had made his wife Janice very unhappy.
Come on, Janice. Do something right, you dumb bitch.
Janice turned to Colleen to inform her that Cameron was not in an organization called The Company, though Janice still insisted that the organization existed, but she didn't need to fear them anymore. After being out at work, Colleen had headed to a bus station. She called Cameron and told him that she is leaving. According to Colleen, he burst into tears. She ended the call, got on a bus, and went home.
That is so anticlimactic.
I know.
I'm leaving in about 15 or 17 minutes when the bus arrives. I have the bus fare, and
That's that.
That's that, yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Colleen had fled her 7 years of captivity.
Holy shit.
In the following months, Colleen did not contact the police, and she would continue to call Cameron on the phone.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
What is that? Is Stockholm Syndrome?
The Helsinki Syndrome.
As in Helsinki, Sweden.
Finland. Basically,
Colleen would later say during her testimony that per Janice's request, she did this hoping that Cameron would reform. However, 3 months after Colleen had left, it would be Janice that would contact the police to report her husband.
Really?
She let it all out, telling Lieutenant Jerry Brown of the Red Bluff Police that Cameron had kidnapped, tortured, and murdered a girl by the name of Marie Elizabeth Spinaki, who disappeared January 31st, 1976.
Oh, God.
Nothing at first was mentioned about Colleen Stan's kidnap and torture, but she would eventually come forward about that as well. Cameron Hooker was arrested, but because no remains were found for Marie Elizabeth Spinaki's murder, he was only charged with the crimes committed to Colleen. Cameron's trial took place in 1985, and Janice testified against him to receive full immunity.
Wow.
Marie Elizabeth and Colleen were not Cameron's only victims. Janice was a victim of his torture for years as well.
Oh, really?
She admitted that she too was also brainwashed and tortured from nearly the beginning of their relationship, and that she only survived by compartmentalizing and denial.
Holy fuck. That's awful.
Cameron Hooker would be found guilty on all of the kidnapping and sexual assault charges that were against him for Colleen Stan. He would receive 104 years in prison. He was eligible for parole in 2015, and he was denied.
Good.
He'll have to wait until 2030 before being eligible again.
Yeah, and the only way he'll get out is some stupid fucking liberal lets him out.
What
the fuck? Why could they not just say life in prison, no parole?
Yeah.
How hard is it to fucking do that?
Well, it is California.
Stupid fucking asses.
Without a doubt, Colleen's experience left her with lasting mental and physical pain. She suffers from chronic shoulder and back pain from the confinement in the boxes. She sought help from a therapist and eventually got married and had a daughter of her own.
Oh, wow. Good for her.
She is now part of an organization geared towards helping abused women. Both Colleen and Janice have changed their names and live in California, though they do not communicate with each other. And that's the end of Colleen Stan's story. Can you imagine 7 years?
Or can you imagine going through all that torture and then deciding to live in California?
So that's Janice and Cameron Hooker.
He is so filthy fucking ugly.
Again with the glasses. Like that's
what is
just
with
such
every
a theme.
fucking murderer with those fucking goddamn rimmed glasses?
Yeah.
He looks, you know how like, you know, your coworker picks her nose and eats it? He looks like the kind of guy who sits around in like the dark, maybe with one candle, and pulls back his foreskin and then grabs his smegma and eats it.
Okay, well now we don't have to Google smegma anymore.
You know, and he's like, I like that. It's salty.
This is Colleen Stan. That was her at the time of the kidnapping. This is her now. Yeah, so she would be in a box like this, and then her head would be in that box.
Oh, that is so fucking disgusting.
And then she was kept under the bed.
And this shit probably sits in a goddamn cell with a television because it's fucking California. On a mattress, jerking himself off. Like, this is fucking awful. He should be fucking stuck in a goddamn coffin.
That's him now.
Oh, look at this fat fucking pink piece of goddamn bullshit.
Oh, he has the same, like, pursed expression that he's always had.
What an ugly fucking piece of shit. He looks like a giant pink M&M. He looks like the kind of guy who sweats in the winter. You know, like...
Oh, my God.
What is that vagina in his neck? He's got, like, a little butthole in his neck now. I bet those pursed lips, I hope those fucking disgusting pursed lips are sucking cock every day at gunpoint.
Oh my
God. Stupid piece of shit.
Or shiv point.
At some point.
Yeah.
I hope he's getting ass fucked.
Yeah, and this was Mary Elizabeth Spinanki. I apologize if I'm butchering that name, but...
Oh, what a horrible fucking story for a Saturday.
Just 7 years, though, like... Whether you're a believer or not, like, having something to believe in got her through this. That just goes to show, like, the power of belief and faith, you know? Like, she was able to survive 7 years despite being severely brainwashed.
Yeah.
Despite that, she still thought a higher power was gonna get her through, and it did. It got her through, but
It's fucking awful.
yeah.
Well, good for her. Holy shit, good for her that she got through that. And that she has like a life.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
So, shall we close out with some Joe Bob?
Yeah, I just want to say that I hope this son of a bitch is getting tortured every fucking day, and I hope he dies gasping for air in incredible amounts of pain, and then he's swiftly fucking forgotten about. Dumped in the fucking toilet.
All right. Why don't you bust one out for us, John?
All right, let's listen to the wise musings of his Brigness, Joseph Robert Briggs. A universal draft is most often the instrument of third world dictators. True.
Yes.
True. That's not even a funny thing. I think he was being real serious
Yeah.
when he probably said that.
I love this one too. I am a male chauvinist. Who's been saying otherwise? We should do like a bonus, like unrelated episode just on our favorite horror movies, because John and I are very big horror connoisseurs.
Aficionados.
Yes, and like
we just watch a lot of horror films.
And not like we do like some mainstream horror movies. Like I still think the first Insidious is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Shining's really good.
Yeah, The Shining.
Exorcist.
But I think, because
Hereditary.
Hereditary. We like to dive down into like B+, C+, D+ even.
Yeah, like Maniac
Or
Basket Case.
I would say Mothers was a
Mothers,
a D movie, but
The Mothers.
totally fucking worth it. Cannibal Holocaust.
Which is really a comedy, to be
Yeah,
honest.
like, I didn't hate when the tribe killed the documentarians.
No.
But, so maybe we'll consider doing that if you guys want to hear that. But other than that, that's a wrap for today, and we're going to go get drunk and watch Royal Rumble later tonight.
Bless your hearts for listening to that. I hope it was worth it, and we'll catch you next time. Drive home safely.
Let's hope you're not doing the drinking game as you're driving at the same time. Drink responsibly.
Sure.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You can check us out on YouTube at Catam Concoction.
That's CATAMCONCOCTION.
And on Instagram at cast_aghast.
Remember, there's a silent H.
She was ordered to call Cameron Master, and he also stated she was...
I believe in you. Stop drinking on the mic.
Oh, shut up.
Of a smegmoided penis. Of a penis. Swirling around a penis. Swirling around a penis. Clustered with smegmoid.
Colleen was making the trek from Eugene, Oregon to Northern California to visit her friend.
Oh, God in heaven. This is the fucking second sentence. I love you so much.
While hitchhiking, Cameron Hooker... No.
Give me a kiss.
No, I don't want to. You're pissing me off. Colleen would later say during her testimony that per Janice's request, she said that...
It's hard to read.
Okay. She let it all out, telling Lieutenant Jerry Brown of the Red Bluff Police... That's
God,
a tongue twister.
it's-
Say it. She let it all out, telling Lieutenant Jerry Brown of the Red Bluff Police.
The Red Bluff.
Say that, Lieutenant Jerry Brown of the Red Bluff Police.
Lieutenant Jerry Brown of the Red Bluff Police.
Well, that's not how I read. Say it normally, like.
Well, we're doing a podcast, so you got to read like a professional.
She let it all out, telling Lieutenant Jerry Brown of the Red Bluff Police that Cameron had kidnapped, tortured, and murdered a girl by the name of Marie Elizabeth Spinaky?
Spinaky?
Okay.
That's a hell of a name.
I'm going to have to say that all over again.
Good luck.
Yeah, we ended
Joseph, shut up.